Good morning and welcome to Today in LA. My name is Mike Amos. We're coming to you from our studios on South Brundage Street in Troy, Alabama, and also on Facebook and across the country, across the nation, across the world on Facebook this morning. Hope you're doing well. If you're tuning in on Facebook, calling in at TC2, and let us know you're listening maybe from New York, Chicago, L.A., Lower Alabama, or Los Angeles, California, to say the least. Of course, we're coming off a beautiful weekend. We had just enough rain to keep our yards from having to run the sprinkler system, and that was good. And of course, want to say good morning to my good friend Thomas Walker calling in this morning. He's one of my dear friends, all-time friends. I can remember so well Thomas Walker coming to bat against me in Little League Baseball, and he hit 3 straight home runs. I remember that so well. He was a little older than I was back then, but he still hit 3 straight home runs off me in a Little League Baseball game. That wasn't very good. We're expecting Bill Rice to come in here in a few minutes, and of course we've got the graduation coming up at a lot of the schools and high schools across our viewing area, and we look forward to that. Rice is coming in here from shortstop to pitch, it looks like. Is that right?
Hey, I'm only 2 minutes late.
Bill Rice is in here with us, and of course had a great weekend, though, except for Troy baseball. Boy, they ran into a buzzsaw. They lost 3 straight to Coastal Carolina. So unless they're going to play a unique situation tomorrow, they're going to let all the schools out in Troy, Alabama, and some in Brundage and other areas of the state or the county. They're going to let all those kids out to see a baseball game. They're going to call it, they're going to have a big picnic, and they're going to also go to the baseball field.
It's like a community gathering, their picnic.
That's right, yeah. It's what they call, what do we used to call it?
Are the Pike LeBlanc kids going to be with the Troy City Schools kids?
Probably, if they want to, and of course it's going to be a big crowd either way you look at it, and they'll be watching the UAB and Troy play baseball, so that's going to be I'll tell you what, it'll probably be one of the biggest crowds of the state or
I will ride
the
by
year.
and look at it, and I hope my kids go. I guess they will.
Yeah, that's right.
All my baseball teams are doing. I mean, Troy's getting swept and then losing a lot lately. Alabama got swept by Auburn. Well, they lost 2, and then the 3rd game was rained out.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Auburn. They got a good team, but Alabama has lost something like 10 out of the last 12 in the SEC.
Yeah.
The Braves, I guess, are doing so-so. So they'll be.
I didn't keep up with them. I can't. And we've got a U.S. What is it? PGA coming up this week.
Oh yeah, the PGA. Thank you. That'll be exciting.
So that's going to be a lot of fun to watch, and of course, hopefully, all the good players will be playing in it. Pike County Cattlemen Association had their annual banquet. They awarded scholarships to some very deserving young ladies. My good buddy Dick Barnett showing me his blue jeans and hat on, and he was pictured along with Abby Porter, Kate Deloney, Catherine Bozeman, Jolie Jackson, and Dee Allen.
Attractive, sharp young ladies.
Sharp ladies, and they all receive
on the front page of the
scholarships from the Pike County Cattlemen's Association, and we appreciate them so much, caring for these kids over the years and developing them. And
would you say the Pike County Cattlemen would be, if you were naming a all-star league of civic groups, that would be in your top of your starting lineup right there?
Exactly. I want to mention something on the university level. General Walter D. Gravan has retired as senior vice chancellor for advancement and economic development at Troy University, and he's been here since 2014, and they did a very admirable job. And of course, General Gravan, a Troy alumnus, that joined the Troy administrative team following a 33-year career in the United States Air Force, where he was a pilot. He rose to the rank of Major General. Dr. Gravan received all types of very nice things. That a lot of comments from Dr. Jack Hawkins Jr. and of course we'll miss out General Gravan.
For Troy.
She sure did, and he's a class individual, and he ran his program that way, and so we wish him all the luck in the world as he retires and moves out to his farm. He owns a lot of farmland in West Alabama.
Oh, he can move back to West Alabama.
Yeah, well, and he says he's going to stay in Troy, and that's great. But also, he's going to tend to a lot of land in West Alabama. He built an old house. He changed an old antebellum home into a show place over in West Alabama, and of course, good luck to you, General.
One thing West Alabama has is a lot of undeveloped land.
Yes, I know you're right.
You have been through it more than me since you've been everywhere.
I haven't been everywhere.
There's a lot of hunting, and there's a lot of woods and crops in West Alabama.
I've been to a few of them. You're right, exactly. And again, I wish I was retiring to my farm in West Alabama. I tell you, it's got a beautiful place. Of course, Pike Liberal Arts is still celebrating their 4th consecutive win in AISA state championship baseball, and again four straight wins for the Patriots. Now they get ready to try to win another state championship in football.
Well, they've won 6 straight state championships in the boys' sports. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Now I know that the AISA is much smaller than the public school league, but still, I mean, to win 6 straight state championships, I'm going to go out on the record. I'll go on the record. That record will never be.
Well, I don't think so, unless Pike beats their own record. I don't know.
Yeah, then adds one next year.
Rice, we got a big event coming up tonight. The Troy, the Tip Collie Awards is tonight. It's the award that honors all senior Christian athletes from high schools in Pike County who have excelled in their walk of faith, academics, and athletics. And of course, the Tip Collie Award is the top award for young people as far as in our hometown of Troy, Alabama. Of course, the Collie Awards has come to us tonight from.
Look at that! I didn't even know. I got a story in the messenger. I just sent something to my brother Bobby. I was just recapping some of Drew Nelson's accomplishments. Just kind of off the top of the head. I didn't really write it as a story. I just said, hey, these are some of the things that Drew. But they just slapped my byline on it and made it a story, which is fine.
I know, exactly.
I didn't even know I'd written a story.
And they were all outstanding achievements by Drew Nelson, and quite an honor now as he gets ready to go yonder to Auburn and take his heroics, and I mean heroics, to Auburn University. Like Russ Hickson said, he is the best player at Pike Liberal Arts and deserves all the acclaim that he has received since they won the championship. So again, congratulations to the Patriots and also to Drew Nelson. What a year! What a year! Now, how did Arrington and G.W. Long come out? Do you know?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Now we're going to hear it.
Because you told me how big of a series that was. I kept up with it. GW Long won.
GW Long.
A competitive, like I think 7-4 or something, tight series. But GW Long, which has won more state championships in baseball by far than any other program is playing for.
Yeah.
And I think I read that they have won 18 state championships.
It is amazing. And they're coached by the Miller boys. And, of course, their daddy came here several years ago. And his boys played at Troy and have coached at Long High School in Skipperville. And what an effort by Arrington in this tournament. Let's see what we got here. Good morning. You're calling and talking to Mike Amos and
Bill Rice.
Bill Rice Senior or Junior. Excuse me, Bill Rice Junior.
Well, let me say here's how we say good morning in the Deutschland. Guten Morgen.
Morning.
What's going on with you, man? What's going on with you?
Just trying to get these girls out the door on a Monday morning. I don't know how people do it.
They found a way.
There's Coach.
Went to a movie yesterday, and all of a sudden it started raining around lunch, and didn't stop for about 5 hours down there. It was kind of surprising.
Well, Mike, we got a guest has arrived, and we'll be bringing him in. Coach Hambrick, the head football coach at Charles Henderson High School, is going to be our guest this morning. Now, they've got a big jamboree coming up this weekend. They're playing Robert E. Lee High School in Montgomery in the stadium Friday night.
So they don't have to worry about playing Fred Beasley or anybody like that, hopefully, do they?
No, I don't think so. But
I'll tell you, anytime you play Robert E. Lee, you're playing one of the biggest, most famous high schools in Alabama sports history.
Yes, sir. And
Troy baseball had a rough weekend. I guess have y'all talked about that?
No, but a little bit.
Well, tell us the scores.
I don't know what has happened to Troy's pitching, but it has disappeared. Troy can't get anybody out. And it's giving up, probably an average of 10 or 11 runs a game now all of a sudden, and doesn't look good with only 4 games left in the regular season. Then you got the conference championship in Montgomery, and we were talking about Troy 2 weeks ago. They won 5 straight, and now they've lost 7 in a row.
Yeah. Well, we got Coach Hambrick going to join us. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Come in here, Coacher.
Hey.
What are you talking?
Hey, Jim Jackson, Bill Jackson Ford here in Troy, Alabama, where not only can you get the best price on a new Ford, but we can also get you exactly what you're looking for. We all know inventories are low right now, but don't settle for something you don't love. Come by Bill Jackson Ford in Troy, Alabama, and let us walk you through the retail order process and get you exactly what you're looking for. So come see us at Bill Jackson Ford in Troy, Alabama, where you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
It's Ford Truck Month. America, you know what to do. Now's the time to get after the best deals on Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, 45 years straight. Also, great offers on Ford Ranger and the new Ford Maverick. Ford Truck Month is here, so let's get after it. Get 0 for 60 plus up to $1,000 bonus cash plus a no-charge 3-year Ford Protect Premium Maintenance Plan on F-150.
The all-new Troy Regional Women's Diagnostic Center brings all of the latest and advanced 3D mammography and breast ultrasound services to the Troy area in our all-new outpatient facility. Dr. Lauren Thorington, along with our team of certified breast specialists, read your mammograms, which are performed by our registered radiologic technologists, bringing the best in women's health care to the Troy area. Troy Regional Women's Diagnostic Center.
I wish you could taste how much better food tastes when cooked on a Green Mountain grill. But I can let you in on the reason that's true. Our pellets contain water, so they create steam while you cook, keeping your food moist. Does a gas or charcoal grill do that? I think not.
Come and see us at Southern Grill and Patio just off the square in Troy.
Hey, Jim Jackson with Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC right here in Troy, Alabama, and we've got some exciting news for you. After a 2-year suspension, GM has now reintroduced the sold order process on the redesigned GMC Sierra 1500 and Chevrolet Silverado 1500. So come in and order yours today and not have to wait 6 months to get exactly what you want. So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, where you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Quinn Hambright is our guest today, the head football coach at Charles Henderson High School of Troy, as they prepare to play a jamboree this week with none other than Robert E. Lee High School of Montgomery, Alabama, one of the top programs in Alabama, and you going up against them this Friday night.
Definitely. I feel like in order for us to go into summer with a realistic expectation, you know, we need to play one of the best teams.
You'll know where you stand, aren't you?
Exactly. So, you know, their leads always been huge. When I'm talking huge, I'm talking 6'3", 300 pounds on the O-line consistently over the last 5-6 years. And they always have pretty good athletes. They're well coached. So it'll be a battle test for us.
You know those guys up there. You coached up there with a lot of those guys.
Yeah, definitely. I know the head coach, Darren Leverett. He's a good guy. He was the offensive coordinator last year. He's a recent new head coach at Robert E. Lee.
And of course their program's outstanding. They're 7A going up against 5A Charles Henson. But I tell you, I watched y'all a little bit on Thursday, and I thought I was impressed with the way your scrimmage. Your practice was handled, and you seemed like you were getting something done. You know, you didn't have a lot of kids just standing around. You were getting things done from one unit to another unit, to one section to another section, and was counting close to 50 players. That's a pretty good group.
Yeah, we had about 47 out, but that doesn't include the middle school. The middle school had a game Saturday, so I have about 25 eighth graders.
I told them on our show on Tuesday or Monday, I reckon it was Monday, and I was watching them practice. I said, what is the varsity doing practicing over at the junior high field? I really thought that was the varsity because they looked good. I mean, they looked like they were fit, and they were all dressed out, and it was looked like serious business.
So will some of these eighth graders actually dress for the varsity next year?
Oh yeah, well, you know those eighth graders are going to be ninth graders.
Yeah. So next year it'll be ninth graders.
Yeah, they're going to be ninth graders. So they're going to be on JV. There's about 3 or 4 of them I expect to play on Friday night.
Yeah, that's great. Of course, you've got another tough schedule, and we'll be talking about that. And of course, it's the end of the year, and you know, I'm gonna tell you off, and I'm telling you other coaches across the state. Let these kids have at least a month to lay down and wake up and not have to go to football practice. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, the way it's set up now, and you're affected too, just like everybody else. You can't just say, well, I just won't do it and just let anybody else do it.
Right.
But what we're talking about is after the first week in June, you can actually go out on the field with your team in helmet and shorts.
Yeah, helmet and shorts. Yeah, so in June, after spring practice, we give them a week off, and after that week off, we start early morning workouts.
Wait a minute, early morning? You're making them wake up early too? What time?
Well, we'll get there at about 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get there at about 7
Not
o'clock.
only do they have to come to practice, but they're gonna do it at daylight.
Yeah. We're trying to get them out there because this later on this week the game's going to be at 96 degrees.
Yeah.
So during the summer we don't want to let that heat just consume them. So we go early in the morning, and we go one day a week during the afternoon, which at 4 o'clock on Wednesdays.
Well, Coach, one thing that I did see.
So he just goes one day a week, Mike.
One day in outside, with helmets, just to get that sun. But we go Monday, Tuesday, Thursday mornings to where we work out. We do install. Things like that.
So you are working.
Well, when did they lift weights and all that stuff?
7. Well, they do Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays.
In the morning too. So it's not just throwing balls and running the ball.
we
It's
gotta,
lifting weights and
yeah, definitely.
conditioning.
But you're down there with your team, though. I mean, you were able to practice your team, and this is the way it is in high school football. But I will tell you this. You look at it, and you look at June will be here and gone before long. Then you got July, and most all coaches are starting to get their staff ready and all the practice sessions ready and all that. And before you know it, it's August the 1st, and it's time to practice football. Right. And I'm excited to tell you the truth. I mean, but I hate it for the kids. They don't get, and I hate it for the parents because they don't get any kind of vacation.
Yeah, I'm not as strict during the summer.
So you might say around 4th of July and take about a week maybe.
Yeah, around 4th of July, and we also have the All-Star Week as well. So All-Star Week, we can condition them, but we can't practice. Yeah. So and that's I think 18th through the 22nd, I think. Yeah. And I'm going to just give them that week off to kind of get so they won't have to hear Coach Hambright's voice.
Well, now we've got the.
Coach, tell me this. You're coming off your first year at Charles Henderson, and you're having to rebuild a program. Of course, y'all struggled early to find a way to win, and then y'all won, I guess, maybe 2 or 3 games late in the season. But I mean, what was your opinion overall on what you, I guess, experienced in your first year as far as the ups and downs? And, I mean, I know it's a tough transition. Right. I think Charles Henderson only won 1 game the year before. Did anything surprise you, or did anything kind of disappoint you in kind of what you stepped into?
I wasn't much disappointment last year. The only disappointment was fighting through games. Their mentality through a game, when things go bad, it was always head down, not play the next play. But other than that, we were young. I had a lot of kids out there that were a year away from actually being varsity starters.
Really, they didn't need to be there that soon. Is that right?
Exactly. So, and I tell the people all the time.
What I say, come to war early.
Yeah, they came to war early. They were at 17 and not 18. Yeah. So, but yeah, they, on Friday nights, we played a JV team on Friday nights, which is why we didn't have a JV schedule during the year, because I have played a lot of 9th and 10th graders. The upside of that is they have a full year of experience, and now they're prepared to go into battle, this upcoming season. So I was very pleased with how those young guys fought, throughout the year, how they persevered throughout the year, and the young talent that we have coming up. This is a special group of kids. My senior class that's coming up, they've gotten a year under me, so they're going to be good. That 8th grade class, that 9th grade class, and that 10th grade class, that class is going to be, they're going to set the tone for years to come.
All right, let's take a look at them. Of course, we got the Wiley Sanders Truck Line show coming on at 8:15. Looking forward to that. Take a look at your quarterback position. Very important to have a good quarterback. How do you look?
Yeah, we have Parker Adams, who's he's a game changer.
You really believe he's advanced that long? Yeah, he was just a sophomore last year, wasn't he?
He's a sophomore last year. Arm, weight room was a big factor for him this offseason. His arm has gotten stronger. He has more command of the offense. We have Bo Mizell, who's Bo is about 6'3".
Wow. Got big like his daddy then, wasn't he?
And I tell him, Bo is very, very athletic. He could run. So,
I'm glad you got Bo back there.
Oh yeah. So even if he doesn't get those reps at quarterback, I encourage him.
If somebody gets hurt, you got a pretty good backup there, though.
Oh yeah,
Bo. Yeah, sounds like he could be a receiver.
Exactly, and that's what I'm not gearing him towards that, but I'm like, I'm our backup quarterback.
Let's get you on the field.
Exactly. And
you got Bo, and of course this was Eric Mizell, the late great. I mean that when I say late great Eric Mizell, who played here at Troy, and of course was a great supporter of Charles Henderson football. We passed away a couple of years ago, and we still miss him. But it's great to see those boys play their senior year. Is that right?
Well, they're actually about to be juniors.
Oh, juniors. And now, one thing about them, they're now the other one plays center. Is that right?
He actually plays defensive end for them.
All right, and pretty physical kid. Is that right?
And Bryson is big. Bryson, once he taps into his actual physical attributes, he'll be a really good football player.
All right, now let me tell you some other kids that jumped out to me. First of all, a linebacker, your top linebacker is
Much better last year.
Well, Damian Hart, he's actually about to be a senior. The D lineman you're talking about is the ninth grader.
But he got one more year though.
Yeah, Damian is going to be pretty good. Damian is he's the quarterback of the defense. You know, he understands what everybody is supposed to do. He can put people in their spot, and that's, you know, the key to a great defense is having a brain in the middle. And he's definitely that for sure.
Well, of course, I watched you play several games, Rice, and I watched you together play some, and boy, you had one guy that stood out so much, and that's your wide receiver.
Yeah, Jawan Boyd. He's, you know, I tell people all the time, you know, I'll put him up against the best. You know, he's the best athlete within a 100-mile radius, and I'll stand on that.
Isn't it amazing? He's going to only be a junior?
Yeah,
is that right?
He's about to be a junior. So,
and the quarterback's a junior, so they're working together, aren't they?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No doubt. And my running back, you know, he's Zach Coleman. He's about 6 foot, 215
Was
pounds.
that number 25?
No, that's the freshman. The
freshman there was a
25.
freshman where number 25. I bet he weighed 225 or 230. Who was that?
He's thick. That's Antonio Frazier. Yeah, he's gonna get a lot of carries this year as well. Zach squats 5'15". You know, he's just
that's one of the strongest men in the state of Alabama. That if he does that,
he's up there. He's only 15 years old. So
and he's only 15 years old.
And say how big is he again?
Yeah, Zach's about 215.
I mean, would you want to tackle a guy that can squat 215,
Coach,
5'15"?
With Earl Campbell thighs. You know,
Your big old thighs like this.
Yeah.
Well, I will stop you, Coach. Let's buy a season. You got a good quarterback.
Yeah.
A game breaker wide receiver that's going to be a big time prospect.
Mm-hmm.
A running back that sounds like the second coming of Herschel Walker or Bo Jackson.
And these kids are underclassmen.
Yeah, all of those kids are going to be here for the next 2 years.
You got to have somebody that can block. Though.
As we learned from Troy University. Yep.
Well,
and learned from us last year as well.
Yeah.
You know, we had last year we started 3 sophomores and 2 juniors in O-line.
Have you got some offensive linemen that you're proud of?
Yeah, Ben's coming off of baseball. Benton Dunn.
You know who that is, Mike? That's his dad grew up with you a little bit.
Yeah. His dad was in the Blue Machine Marching Band, and his son's a great football player.
That's right.
Yeah, so we
He's
have
done really well. Yeah.
Yeah, Sterling Sharp is doing good. Zamir Caffey is doing pretty good. You know, we have a few slots to fill. You know, and we're just making that O-line competitive. You know, you have to protect the quarterback.
But you got some pretty good size, don't you?
Yeah, we're now. You know, this might sound crazy, but my JV O-line is going to be bigger than my O-line that's going to start on Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, seriously. No,
All
seriously.
right, but and some of those will play next year. Then is that right?
Yeah, some of them are going to be spot players. They're a year away. They're still a year away, but they're just some big kids.
Yeah.
I mean, they're big and talented.
All right, so you feel good now. Tell us about the other running back that impressed me. Not number 25,
Coach, you have
but
3
who's
running
the
backs?
other running back?
4?
Yeah.
Yeah, number 4. That's Zach Coleman. That's the one that I was talking about there.
And he's a big, fine-looking running back.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about y'all. You've got 4 or 5 real outstanding players.
Yeah, we have actually more than that. You know, they're young.
Yeah,
but you know but those kids, you know, they're gonna really set the tone. Even my seniors with Stephon Mosley, Khalil Carson, those are guys that are not household names, but those are guys that work extremely hard. They do everything you ask them to do. You know.
So right now, when you of course you're gonna play the Jamboree, and I know you're not quite ready there, but you'll be competitive there against a good team from Robert E. Lee.
Yeah, we're the competitive mentality is what we're trying to instill in them right now. So,
on a spring game like that, I mean, we all have a running clock.
First 3 quarters it'll be regular. Good. You know, we that 4th quarter we're gonna try to get. We're gonna get those young guys in. You know, to give them those reps. I'm going to spot play them some during the game just to see how they play on that varsity level to see if they're ready for Friday night.
It looks like now, because I watched you practice, and you've got some good running backs, good wide receivers. You're going to be able to play. You'll be effective not only throwing football but running football.
Yeah, definitely. We
mix it up.
Yeah, we can actually. We can throw the ball 20 times and run the ball 20 times and be efficient. in it. We don't have to be a one-sided offense. And that's,
it's like
that's
Alabama at its best. When they were going, there would be some games where they would beat you passing.
Yeah.
And then there were some games that they would just hand the ball off and beat you running.
Yeah.
Balance means a lot.
It does. Me being, a defensive guy, that's one thing that I can't stand. Okay, this is guy. You pick out their 3 top guys, and you're okay. I have to stop the run, but you have a good quarterback and 2 good receivers or 3 good receivers. Then you can't really focus on run like that. You really have to be
All right, now after Friday night.
Hey, Coach, I saw Cadillac Williams on campus. You were taking a picture with him the other day.
Definitely.
Who's Cadillac Williams in Auburn looking at Charles?
He was actually looking at Zach Coleman, running back. Yeah, Zach Coleman is
number 4. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a good-looking running back.
Yeah.
And of course, the young number 25 is a big, strong running back.
Yeah.
So you look side. But tell us a little bit more about your wide receiver.
They can't send Zach Efforts, former Charles Henderson great, down to recruit.
Yeah.
Look, they actually. I've been talking to Zach, and I think they wanted to just put another face down. I talked to Zach. So like Zach, man, come on visit.
I get the feeling that these kids that got a chance to play college ball, you're going to be advocating for them to let them get a look from all.
From everybody. So I have those college coaches are coming. That senior class. Once they get their film.
So they've already heard about your running back and your wide receivers, and they know they can't touch the wide receiver yet, but he's going to be a great one, isn't he?
Yeah, the wide receivers.
What makes him so good? Is he fast, or has he got great hands? What is he?
He's a possession receiver. Jawan, if the ball is in the air and there's 3 people in him, his mentality is my ball or nobody's ball.
Yeah. I noticed he's a great leaper. He really gets up there.
Yeah, his ball skills are, some of the best I've ever seen, for sure.
Well, he's a great basketball player. We saw him on that great basketball team, too.
And basketball, shout out to the basketball team. They had an exceptional season.
Well, if you say that, he was also a great baseball player. He plays all 3 sports.
He pitches baseball as well.
We're going to go, Mike, going to put you on hold.
Hold on, let's see.
There we go.
Good morning. You're on Today in L.A.
Hey, Bill, it's Will Matthews. How y'all doing this morning?
Will Matthews calling from Ozark. He's our local attorney. Remember, his office is open for you to come if you got problems or with anything. They can address.
Hey, Will, we got Charles Henderson's football coach on the set with us, Coach Hambright. They're playing their spring jamboree game Friday night against Robert E. Lee. You ought to ride up and watch the Trojans.
What night are they playing, Bill?
Friday night. They got some some prospects and some one of the youngest teams in the state of Alabama last year is now going to be a year older.
They're grown up. Yeah.
Yeah, Will's a supporter of Carroll Ozark, though.
I know. I was trying to do a segue between.
And Carroll is going to be much improved too this year, and of course is Carroll on your regular schedule?
Yeah, shout out to Coach Plott, great guy. Great coach. I've known him since he was in Greenville. So
so he's a new coach, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to year 3, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Coach Plott, year 3 or 4.
Man, we owe Carroll some revenge for what.
He won a state championship years ago at Pickens County.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they made it to the 4th round of the playoffs in Greenville.
It really surprised me though that the coach at Greenville stepped down because I thought he had done a pretty good job. With Greenville.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're talking Charles Henderson football right now. Of course.
Well, let's talk some more. The defense is going to win championships for you. Let's mention a few other defensive players that you've got hopes for that you need to step up this year.
Quay Scott, he was here about 3 years ago. Transferred to Indianapolis. Now he's back.
So he wasn't there last year?
No, he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't here the last 3 years. So
you feel like he's a linebacker or what?
Yeah, he's played linebacker. He looks like the Under Armour mannequin. He's just big.
Hey, well, let me ask this now. I want to make this real perfectly clear. he looks like Tarzan, but he plays like Jane. Is that right?
Oh no, he definitely plays like Tarzan. He swings from it. He swings from that tree for sure.
Well, I know this. He's coached by Tarzan.
Yeah,
No.
he's good. Of course, Damien. The heart in the middle. Zion Grady. He's probably, I put my stamp on it, probably the best ninth grade D lineman in the state. He's
Say that again now.
the best ninth grade D lineman in the state.
Well, we got to hype the program because we've been down for a couple of years, but we want to get excitement up, and Coach is saying a lot of things that can get us excited.
Yeah, he's a ninth grade. He has 2 Division I scholarships already.
Oh man.
So he's going to be pretty good.
Zach is this?
No, that's Zion Grady.
All right, let me remember these names. Zion Grady.
Well,
okay.
we'll keep up with them now. How about 7-on-7s? Do y'all have many of those scheduled?
Yeah, of course we're going to go to Troy universities. We're going to Alabama States. We're trying to host our own July 7th.
Well, that's good.
And we're going to have a lot of OTAs as well, organized training activities against other schools. At Enterprise.
Isn't it amazing that y'all have so many sort of game-like 7-on-7s?
Yeah, and we're just full out practice. We're going to Prattville. We're supposed to go to Prattville, and it's going to be us, Prattville, and Montgomery Catholic.
You feed them good on those trips, don't you?
Yeah, they have to. They have to eat. So.
You're right. In fact, a lot of these kids look forward to that.
What about your coaching staff? Is your coaching staff pretty much the same as last year?
Yeah, I brought in a defensive coordinator now to kind of free myself up so I could, look at the game holistically.
Who is that, Coach? I watched him. I was impressed with him.
Coach Graham. Coach Graham was actually the defensive coordinator for Greenville High School last year.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, a good program, no question about it. And so everybody, now let me tell you, the old man, they call him the old man of the coaching staff, is still there, and he has done a marvelous job over the years.
Who's that?
Former Charles Henderson coaches your defensive line.
Oh, yeah, Coach Jones.
Coach Jones has been there. Marcus Jones, is that right?
Uh-huh, yes, sir.
He's been there a long time, and he deserves so much credit. He's worked on some real good staffs, and his knowledge is really next to none on the defensive line, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'm I'm not an ego guy. So my biggest thing is I'm always willing to learn, and coaches can learn from me too. Coach Jones, he knows the community. He has a lot of wisdom, and he does everything he needs to do to make sure that that his group, is successful.
That's great.
And some of these offensive a lot of these guys you have play both ways, don't they?
Yeah, a lot of them play both ways. This year we actually have we're going to be one-way starters. And the twos are actually going to be the starters on the other side of the ball, and some guys that don't get in for the most part. But we have enough athletes to where we can play.
Nobody has to play the whole game both ways.
Of course, this show is brought to you by my good friend Jason Gregory at Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram trucks on the bypass and on the bypass in Troy, Alabama, where there's what they call a May Day sale that is next to none. They're giving prices out like you won't believe on brand new cars and used cars and trucks at a discount price that you won't believe. Like I say all the time, nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody. I want to mention tonight is a big event, the Tip Collie Awards. You gonna be there for the Tip Collie Awards tonight? They honor the top
all around Christian athlete.
Christian athlete. Okay. And that is, let's see, I'm gonna tell you where it is. Well, one more page over and I'll get it right here. The Tip Collie Awards.
Okay.
Bryce, and that is one of the top honors given local athletes and Christian leaders. And that is tonight, the May the 16th, and at the they'll do it at the
they'll honor kids from Charles Henderson High.
Yeah, but they're gonna do it at the Sportsplex.
Okay. Michael Lard, all those kids will be honored.
And it's a good place to get, especially to get a good meal, Coach.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man, it's really
Yeah.
good. So you need to go to this. And
Yeah, we have we're doing the Miracle League, at 5:30
Yeah.
today down at the rec. So
Good for y'all.
that's great. Of course, former
Coach,
Troy.
is that going to be tough? Is that going to be tough? You not calling defensive plays? I
Yes,
mean, you're a defensive
definitely.
coordinator.
yeah, it's just like letting that baby go to daycare for the first time. It's you have to trust that you have to trust that teacher. And Coach Graham, he's shown that he can handle it. Of course I'll have my hand in it, of course, but it's definitely one of those things where it's hard to let go.
Before I get off this track here, Eric Sloan, the former All-American, is going to be the speaker tonight at the Tip Collie Awards, and he's one of the top players of all time at Troy, and of course played with the San Diego Chargers, and just an outstanding player and individual that's going to be speaking to the
Well,
group.
congratulations to all the.
He's done really well in the business world after his career was over too. He's very successful.
Well, he is very outstanding.
It's a great honor just to be
He's the kind
nominated.
of guy if he's in town, you ought to get him to speak to your group sometimes. You'll just come over to practice, and he, like Mike says, has been very outstanding. Not only as a player, but as a
Have you met Coach Summerall yet?
late speaker.
I have. Yeah, he came by the school to visit, shook his hand, sat down with him.
Who was that?
Coach Summerall.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, Troy staff, they're doing an excellent job, and coming over, talking. It's an open door policy for them. If I need to come over there and talk some football, anytime they'll make themselves available for us.
I know, that is great. Yeah, you're right. Of course, you
Well,
build
Coach, you have
Mike, I've got a question. Who is in Troy's region?
Troy
Y'all
and
play.
Yeah.
Ozark and
Yeah, we have the same region of Ozark. So we have Rehoboth, Eufaula, Hetland, Greenville, and
Tough.
and
I think that's it.
well, you got one more that on the way to the beach, Mike. You run by there.
And only 2 teams from the area get to the playoffs?
4.
4.
Yeah.
Well,
The,
Four teams. So
y'all don't play Andalusia. Andalusia is not in y'all's area.
no, Andalusia now 4A.
Yeah,
Oh, they're 4A. Okay.
yeah, and
So who do y'all play out of region this year? Do y'all play any of the big boys?
Yeah, we play Merritt Montgomery, 7A school out of Mobile. We play, who else do we have? Selma High School out of Selma. They're going to play Saturday in the classic, spring classic against Hillcrest.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, and we also have St. James out of Montgomery that we're going to play.
oh, good. Yeah. What a,
So y'all actually have a jamboree in Troy in Memorial Stadium. How many teams are coming to play?
6. So we have Saturday. We're gonna do at 12:30. It's gonna be who's playing at 12:30?
Selma and
Yeah, Selma. Well, at 3:30. I'm sorry. At 3:30 it'll be
Evergreen,
Selma and Hillcrest. Yeah.
Hillcrest, Evergreen.
And then at 7
Two
o'clock.
pretty good teams. Selma's programs have definitely improved, and of course Hillcrest got a real good program.
Yeah, Hillcrest. And Mike Dean's down there.
Yeah.
Old Mike Dean. He was at Charles Henderson.
Yeah,
a
that's
few years
right.
ago. And then 7 o'clock we have Greensboro, versus Flomaton.
Okay, that's the Floman's had a good team for a long time. You're
Oh yeah,
right.
they have pretty good prospects down
Yeah.
there.
yeah, bringing some folks to Troy. I like it. Man,
Well,
I would hate to play in that 3:30
Yeah.
game on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, he's going to be, steaming. So
Yeah, you're right. Exactly right. And we're looking forward to it. You Coach, I tell you, just in 2 years, it seems like you got them back being competitive. Don't you feel like this team will be competitive?
yeah, they're going to be very competitive. They're the biggest ability is accountability. That's what I've been teaching it to them.
Yeah.
You before you point the finger, you need to look within yourself to make sure that you're doing, everything possible to.
Well,
to make sure
your
you're successful.
facilities are great. Your practice facility is outstanding.
Yeah, we have some of the best in the state for sure. Not too many.
Then you
people-
got an indoor facility also.
Not too many people can say they're blessed with if it storms outside, then they can come inside and have a full practice.
Yeah, no
You
question.
know, we're God's given us that ability to do that.
How
so
many
thank you for it.
seniors will you have, Coach? Coming,
This upcoming year, I think I have about 15.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
About 15 seniors.
And what about leaders? You know, I was on the one state championship team at Charles Henderson history. Well, that team was just full of leaders.
Yeah.
I mean, do you got some?
Yeah,
a couple of guys that are going to keep everybody else in line.
Yeah, we have a few guys that do their job, and before you keep somebody else in line, make sure you run that straight line. And a lot of them do that. That senior class, I'm proud of the way that they're handling everything, and I'm proud of the way they're taking control of the team.
We're going to take a short break. Can you hang with us, or
Yes.
you need to get back over there?
Oh, yeah, I can.
We're going to hang with us just for the next 15 minutes, and then we'll be back to more of Today in L.A. Roddy.
Mayday! Hurry to get amazing deals. New Ram, we got them. New Jeep, we got them. And more coming. Our Mayday sale. Huge savings. And 0% APR in soon. Shop at PremierTroy.com. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
You guys are here early.
The text said you were bringing McDonald's.
Should we get right into it?
Nick, there's hot food present.
Mix and match chicken McGriddles or a savory sausage biscuit. Choose any two for $3. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's Ford Truck Month. America, you know what to do. Now's the time to get after the best deals on Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, 45 years straight. Also, great offers on Ford Ranger and the new Ford Maverick. Ford Truck Month is here, so let's get after it. Get 0 for 60 plus up to $1,000 bonus cash plus a no-charge 3-year Ford Protect premium maintenance plan on F-150.
Piggly Wiggly's local butchers are on site at both stores and will help you select the best cuts of meat and trim them to your liking. Our USDA Choice beef is the most consistently tender, juicy, and flavorful beef you can buy, all at cost plus 10%.
We're blowing away high prices. Use Nissan, Honda, Toyota, Chevy, Ford. We got them. And they're all marked down. Over 120 to choose from. Bring home $350 a week and you can be approved. Shop PremierTroy.com or come see us. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody. Mayday. Hurry to get amazing deals. New Ram, we got them. New Jeep, we got them. And more coming. Our Mayday sale. Huge savings. And 0% APR in soon. Shop at PremierTroy.com. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Remember, nobody beats the Premier deal, nobody, and we appreciate Jason Gregory and all the great folks that support all of our local athletic teams. And, of course, Coach Quinn Hambrick, it looks like he's turning the corner a little bit, and yeah, I know you got him fired up. And I watched your team. I watched you a lot last year, where your team was never out of order. It was always you had your offense and your defense, and you had your players never, to my knowledge, out of order.
Yeah, my execution during the game.
You know what I mean? You got.
Yeah, we're in the right place.
That's right. Put them in the right place.
Execution during the game is important to me. What my biggest pet peeve, and they know this. If especially in the special teams realm, if there are 10 players that run out there, and I'm looking behind, and I'm looking for this one guy that runs out late, for me, that grinds my gears because that means you're not locked in and focused into the game right now.
And if it's not that, you'll find somebody that is.
Oh yeah, we that is I tell them all the time, when you run on that field, just run right back beside me. That's what we're going to do.
Will this team run to the football? No, being coached by you, I know that y'all work on that all the time, is running to the football.
Yeah, we have to swarm. We have to swarm.
Swarm and run like the old Tennessee Volunteer defense.
Yeah, we got to. You have to look like a bunch of bees trying to get to that high.
Bang, 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 bang.
Get the ball out. It's turnover is the name of the game. We have to give our offense. Maximize their possessions and make sure that they get more possession than the other team.
So,
what about your special teams, Coach? That's always important. Do you return your kicker and punter?
Oh yeah, my kicker and punter is the same guy, Nick Pearson.
Now he's supposed to be a pretty good one.
Yeah, he's a good one.
Yeah, he's All-State. He was on the All-State player we had this year, unfortunately. But Nick, his longest last year was 45 yards. He was 100% in field goal. He was 16 for 18 in the PATs, but the 2 that he missed were blocked up the middle.
Yeah.
So essentially he was 100%
Ryan,
across the
reach
board.
in there and get that cup of coffee from Coach. Coach,
Coach,
this is laid back. You can drink coffee, just enjoy it. Yeah.
As far as kicking off, can he kick it into the end zone?
Yeah, he had, I think 9 touchbacks last year.
Well, and he's definitely not a big guy. I'm looking at
Oh, no, he's not big at all, but his calf muscles are like, my thighs.
Is he going to be a senior?
He's about to be a junior.
Well, he's going to be a prospect one day.
Yeah, he really is, and that's a weapon for you.
Yeah, he's a weapon. When
So you feel like inside the 30-yard line, that's 3, that's it?
Yes, and I tell Coach all the time, don't force it. Once you get to the 30, we're going to score.
Yeah,
we're going.
You know, when Charles Simpson lost a kid that went back to his hometown of Pike Road and played for Pike Road, that I know his mom and daddy Holly he was really good at Charles Simpson. But then the guy that can't replace Holly is really good.
Yeah, Nick Pearson is. Yeah, and I'm already looking like he's spoiling me right now. So I'm trying to find that soccer player that's going to be that next guy. That can.
Well, I tell you what, we're so looking forward to it, and and of course, I know this. Your players are looking forward to it. Great challenge this spring. Yeah. You'll have a great idea of what kind of football team you got after this game Friday night. And ladies and gentlemen, it's 7 o'clock kickoff, just like a regular game, pretty much, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And it's from the stadium.
Like, you know what it is, $5 or $10? What it is for a ticket? $8.
Mm-hmm. And this is the way they
raise some money for the program.
They need to make some money for the program, and that's nothing at all compared to the kind of entertainment you're going to get Friday night from. It's Robert E. Lee High School of Montgomery and the Charles Simpson High School Trojans. The 7 o'clock kick. Coach, thank you so much.
Coach, we've been talking for a while, though, before you go. We need to start a Charles Henderson High School Athletic Hall of Fame. How can we work on that?
Yeah.
Might be a good fundraiser for the program.
That'll be big, just gathering those stats. I'm not sure who the statistician was, in years past, but if we can gather those stats, those guys that have made it to the NFL, MLB, those women who have done an excellent job in college and won those state championships, and I think that'll be a grand idea for sure.
Yeah. Coach, we've got a few extra minutes. One thing that I feel is so important is oneness. Yeah. Oneness on your team. I believe. You got to believe. I believe, and and your team plays together.
Yes. It's one heartbeat. If you hear a horse run, that's a lot of steps. But if you hear soldiers march, it's it's one heartbeat. So and I tell them all the time, you look alike, you're gonna have the same accessories on, and there aren't any soldiers that go to war that look different.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, you've done an outstanding job, Coach, and I look forward to watching your team play. And of course, you got a great schedule. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch Charles Henderson High School football. And of course, the other programs, the cheerleader program, the band program. We want everybody working together.
Definitely. Our cheerleaders, they do an exceptional job. They went to Orlando last year and competed for nationals.
See, that's important. That's important to give them a goal to go somewhere like that.
Exactly. And we also want to give them something to cheer for too.
Yeah.
We don't want them to yell defense all game.
Will, are you still here with us, Will?
Nope, he's gone.
He got off.
Okay, we've got the big PGA golf championships.
He was calling to brag on his cousin Doug Barron, who went 6 under yesterday at the Regions Tradition.
He didn't win, though, did he?
No, Steve Stricker won big. He won by 7 strokes.
And that was held in Birmingham, wasn't it?
Yeah, Greystone Country.
Oh yeah, that was a lot of fun. I would have loved to have been there. I've always had a lot of fun there. And Mike,
Coach, good luck to you. I hope you stay healthy. That's the only thing you worry about during the spring game is getting somebody hurt.
Yeah, and part of that is the weight room. So they've been attacking that weight room. So hopefully, we can take care of each other and make sure that everybody on both sides of the ball, us and Lee, come out of that game.
Coach, you know you've got at least 5 on offense and defense that are proven winners, and you probably got 5 more that are right at being a winner.
Yeah, so we're just building, we're just lifting as we climb, and building as we go. So once all the pieces are in place, I think this team will be special.
Yeah. Well, listen, we appreciate it so much. So glad you were with us today, and you've always been supportive of our program, and we want to support your program just the same.
Yes, sir.
And Coach Quinn Hambrick, ladies and gentlemen, the head football coach at Charleston.
Most important man in Troy, Alabama, right here besides Mayor Reeves.
Oh, man.
That's right. Well, I tell you what, we want to win.
I'm going to tell you now, no pressure, but the school goes as the sports programs go, but the main sports program is the football program.
Football sets the tone for the entire year.
The football team's doing well, the high school's doing well, and if the high school's doing well, the town's doing well.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So.
Coach, we're gonna let you go. I know you got to get back to school, and of course you got a lot of things going up, getting ready for the close of school, and we got a big awards banquet coming up soon that is going to be very interesting, and look forward to it. And of course we'll be back to more of Today in LA, brought to you by Southeast Gas, located in Andalusia, Alabama, and all over South Alabama, Southeast Gas. We'll be back.
You guys are here early.
The text said you were bringing McDonald's.
Should we get right into it?
Nick, there's hot food present.
Mix and match chicken McGriddles or a savory sausage biscuit. Choose any 2 for $3. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Mayday! Hurry to get amazing deals. New Ram, we got them. New Jeep, we got them. And more coming. Our Mayday sale. Huge savings. And 0% APR in soon. Shop at PremierTrade.com. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody. It's Ford Truck Month. America, you know what to do. Now's the time to get after the best deals on Ford F-Series. America's best-selling trucks. 45 years straight. Also, great offers on Ford Ranger and the new Ford Maverick. Ford Truck Month is here, so let's get after it. Get 0 for 60 plus up to $1,000 bonus cash plus a no-charge 3-year Ford Protect Premium Maintenance Plan on F-150.
Piggly Wiggly's local butchers are on site at both stores and will help you select the best cuts of meat and trim them to your liking. Our USDA Choice beef is the most consistently tender, juicy, and flavorful beef you can buy, all at cost plus 10%.
We're blowing away high prices. Use Nissan, Honda, Toyota, Chevy, Ford. We got them. And they're all marked down. Over 120 to choose from. Bring home $350 a week and you can be approved. Shop PremierTrade.com or come see us. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Yes, that's right. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody. And we appreciate Jason Gregory and all the great people at Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep. You want a deal on a car, or a used car truck, or a new car truck, no better place than Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep in Troy.
All right. We talked about possible Charles Henderson Hall of Fame in sports. Let's give 10 future nominees of the first class of the Charles Henderson Hall of Fame.
Now you're talking. We're talking all sports, though. Okay, good. Okay.
All sports. Brian Meadows would be baseball, first class.
Now, are we just talking Charles Henderson High School, or are we including Troy High School, which was where?
Yeah. Your dad, Troy High School.
Mike Amos could be in there.
Oh, no.
Anybody that's ever played at Troy High School or Charles Henderson High School.
Ronaldo Sinclair Pennington.
Girls basketball, softball, baseball, football, basketball, track and field. All those sports.
You got the first one in Brian Meadows, the only guy from Troy, except for Bobby Marlowe, that made it to the top of the pro ranks.
Yeah, that's right.
Bobby Marlowe was drafted by the New York Giants in the first or second round, but he went to the Canadian Football League. But my dad was drafted in the NFL, but he didn't make the team. He got cut in the last cut. There's been no football player from Troy or Charles Henderson that played in the NFL. No, that played in the NBA, but Brian Meadows played in the major leagues.
Yeah.
And then in girls basketball, you'd have Nora Jones, you'd have the Davenport girl, and then in football, I mean, you'd have a lot of players in football over the years.
Willie Collins would have to be somewhere.
Yep, I put Willie.
John Johnson would be up there.
Yeah.
Austin Ingram would be up there. Best quarterback in Charles Henderson history.
Do you know? Do you know what we need to do? You know, we're having awards ceremonies coming up this week. At
I didn't see him play.
Henderson.
I'm sorry.
And one of the guys that I think about so much is John Johnson. We need to put together a John Johnson Award for outstanding character and leadership and great player.
Well, you know, tragically, he lost his life young. Like your one of your best friends that you've honored your whole life, Johnny Till. You've done the Johnny Till Award, and
that's right.
You know, John Johnson lost his life at a young age, just like Johnny Till did.
Yeah, that's right. And maybe we can start bringing that to light. You know, John Johnson Award. You know, he was real a outstanding person.
Well, you would put Zach Etheridge in there. That was a starter on the Auburn national championship team.
And I'll tell you, guys.
I mean, you would have great coaches. You'd have Jay Jeffcoat, won the only state championship. You'd have Derek Irons, the great baseball coach that won 2 state championships. Coach Jones, Denisa Jones, the great women's basketball coach. You know, the list goes on and on.
Oh yeah, no question about it. Columbus Patman, you know, the great Columbus Patman, who died recently. I want you to know
I didn't hear that.
He died just this past week. He lived in New Brockton, and of course, was a great one.
I grew up hearing stories about him.
Actually, we would be really good to be on the selections committee because Dad's, you know, about to be 75, so he knows Charles Henderson and Troy High School better than anybody else. Rice, you know, from your years as a journalist and you know, growing up in Troy, playing at Charles Henderson, you know, during your years. Then I would know during my years the guys I played with.
I think we all three need to be on the committee. You're right.
2 great high school quarterbacks in Al Head and Ingram, Austin Ingram. Austin Ingram was an excellent quarterback.
Well, what about the kid that's the quarterback's coach at Ohio State?
That's right. Yeah.
Dennis, yeah.
How much do you put on what they did in their career, and then what they did after their career? You know,
I would
both.
think,
I guess you consider both.
Exactly. And of course, we appreciate all of these.
Here's who I'll tell you the best football players off the top of my head from my era in the '80s. Boo 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 boo. I'm gonna go through my high school.
Willie Collins and Willie Denison, they gotta be hot there.
That's right. There you go. Buddy Austin was a great all-around athlete.
Really was.
Football and baseball. Then you got on that state championship team.
Well, you know,
the state championship team. Jerry Beverly was the key leader and the great running back. Willie Collins would have been an NFL lineman if he was a little taller. Joey Dennison was like a John Hanna in high school football. Yeah. Paul Shiver. That list, that team could just go on and on.
Sonny Williford, Al Head, Bill Price, went to Florida, played on.
You know, I'm gonna put my one of my best friends, Scott Rainey, on there. He his senior year, he had 8 interceptions and was first team All State for the Montgomery Advertiser as a safety.
Yeah.
And then played was the punter at Army.
Was a great coach.
Who was that?
Frank Sadler was a great coach.
Frank Sadler, definitely a great
I'm going to put Ed Black, my other friend on there that was a great baseball player and a good quarterback. I'll put Kyle Ingalls on there.
Yeah.
It was
Sam Drake's got to go on there.
Sam Drake was a phenom.
Ronnie Lindsay was
Ross
a great
Jim Wright. We talked about him with some people recently. Is just one of the great baseball guys that's come through Troy.
And this guy would have to be one of the all-time great. These two guys would be, and I'm going to name them. The 2 were outstanding. Ronald Giddings was an outstanding football, baseball, and basketball player at Charles Henderson.
Played all of them?
Yeah, and he was a great player. Ronald Giddings. And
I mean, you guys want to make this happen. Seriously,
Yeah.
I
think it's a great
dude that Charles Henderson should have an athletic Hall of Fame. I mean, all it does is bring people back to the school and probably brings donations to the school.
Well, that's what
It'd be a win-win.
You do it as a fundraiser, and then it. Anytime you increase the awareness of local history, it's good. But I mean, some people we've lost that were great baseball players. Terry Sykes, he was unbelievable catcher and home run hitter. Ricky Knotts, Ricky Knotts.
Mike Hogan,
Coach Hogan.
Coach. I mean, you just got names you can bring in left and right. Each class, you could have 10 people each class.
This name right here, one of the all-time greats.
Catch up anyway.
You would have to have 10 people each class. You're right.
This guy right here might possibly be listening to us this morning. His name was Herbie Huner.
Yep.
Was one of the all-time greats athletes at Charleston High School. He actually played 5 sports at Charleston.
Oh my gosh, what do I name them?
Well, he played football, basketball, baseball, tennis, and track.
That's unequal, like guarantee in the history of Charleston.
We can't miss this guy out, and he was in your family. Jerry Allen, who won the state high school 3A state high school champion in the hurdles and the high hurdles at Charleston High School his senior year. You know how many players do you see win a state championship in track?
Well, see, you think about
Jerry Allen won 2 state championships.
Well, the best track athlete I think Troy's ever produced was another classmate. I had more good people in my class than I realized, including Sheila Facian Jackson. But Wanda Elder was a phenom in track.
Right. Yeah, she was.
And Todd Rainey played football. But he was a great discus and shot putter.
Yeah, he was.
And did it at Troy.
Yeah, sure was. But
there's great basketball players at Charleston High School too. I mean, the list goes on and on. Mike Amos.
Oh boy, Mike Amos should not even be mentioned.
Well, he should be mentioned for he was a 3-sport.
Put me down as an announcer.
He was a 3-sport athlete, but.
You won the Headhunter Award. That's a pretty great honor.
That was the first.
He was a college recruit, and he would go in as the #1 booster of Troy sports.
I got a letter that says that Bama is interested. I never heard from him much again, but
Richard Calhoun
was a good one.
Well,
and of course, one of the top 10 would have to be Ronaldo Sinclair Pennington. Boy, what a great player!
Well, how would you display them? Would you just put a plaque with their names on it?
Yeah, you would have a.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have to do but you wouldn't have to
you would have some sponsors. Yeah,
it'd be nice to have a ceremony, but yeah, you could just put it on a plaque every year.
Yeah,
in a little room with a couple of pictures of some of them and their accomplishments.
Yeah, I mean, you got that great athletic complex.
Yeah.
Indoor practice building.
Another great athlete was Tom Murphy. Tom Murphy was a great athlete. The Dozier twins, Scary and Cecil were great players.
Well,
Eugene Shaver.
I mean, a lot of high schools do that. High schools do that all over the state. I don't understand why Charleston.
Yeah, you're right.
Well,
high school doesn't do it.
The best athlete, I think, better than Brian Meadows. No offense to Brian Meadows, is Bobby Marlowe.
Oh yeah, no question.
I mean, Bobby Marlowe was our younger kids don't know it, but he was a phenom of like Herschel Walker, Bo Jackson stature. When he played.
He was a great one, no question about it.
I still cannot believe that the Canadian Football League back then could pay more money than NFL.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, they didn't pay.
But you know what? He was young, and he just got caught up in everything, and they were throwing around more money. But he, like you said, he would have been a household word in the NFL. He was that good.
Yeah, sad to know that he could put those same numbers up in the NFL.
Like I've said so many times, as the great Ben Hoos, the great writer for the Birmingham News. When asked who he thought was the greatest running back of all time at Alabama, he said, yes, Musso was good. Yes,
Tony Nathan was good. Wilbur Jackson. And all those guys were good. But I'll take the orphan boy from Troy any day of the week. Yeah.
Because he was a good one. And you know, when he won that award, has been considered the top running back in Alabama history. You know,
here's why you know
all those Baptist children.
You look at the Alabama media guide, and he's still in the record book. But here's the stat you need to look at. They didn't run the ball 25 times a game, or he would have had a lot more yards. Look at his yards per carry over his career. It was like 6 yards or something per carry. Now that's great, but it doesn't blow you away. But then you look at what everybody else would have been averaging per carry back then. It would be like 3 yards.
That's right.
I mean, he was so far ahead.
He held that record for a long time, you know. And
who was the other great lineman that played at Charles Henderson? I guess he played for Sadler, maybe played for you and Tompkins that played it all.
Oh gosh, no question about it. The great one that played, gosh, if I can't remember this guy's name, something wrong.
I'm drawing blank on his name.
What position did he play?
No, played at Alabama.
Offensive lineman, defensive lineman.
And he would be he would probably be close to being in that top 10, and that would be. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. We're gonna remember his name before we go off. I promise you.
Well, I can't help the name. I think I know who you. Did he play like in the late '60s, early '70s?
He was Homer Anderson's. Oh boy.
Son?
No, his stepbrother, but his brother. He's Homer's brother. And
okay. But his last name wasn't Anderson.
No. It was not Anderson, and it was
we'll come up with it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I cannot remember. and he's the easy one to remember.
But he was a great player. He was a great player, and I guess he was in a car wreck or something.
He was in a car wreck with another great linebacker, and he came back, but he came back as a lineman more than he was a
linebacker.
Yeah, and boy, I tell you, he was a good one.
Of course, you always say our neighbor up the street from us was pretty good, Bassett.
Oh yeah, you'd have to put him in there. He was a good one, and Ricky Henner and Marvin Bassett, and were two great players.
Richard Bassett.
Richard Bassett, and they were both very good. And Henner was also a great player.
Well, you know, there's also some people that we still need to get in the Troy Sports Hall of Fame, Troy University Sports that aren't in there, and there's some people that need to get in the Alabama Sports.
Yeah, Marvin Barron, the great Marvin Barron.
You got it.
He was really good. He signed with Alabama. I'll tell you something, how it works. His senior year in high school, they had their all-state team, and they had a big block of room of players right there. And Marvin Barron's picture was 5 times wider than all the rest of them, and put it in the middle. And he was the most valuable player of the state of Alabama his senior year. He was really a good one. But you know, it's been a lot of fun, ladies and gentlemen, reminiscing. And I tell you what, are y'all impressed as I am about Quinn Hambrick?
Yeah, he promotes his program. He's got a uplifting, positive attitude, and
I'll tell you this:
he's got a lot of kids out playing, and I believe it. You know, sometimes coaches talk about, we're young, and they use that as an excuse. Well, Charles Simpson was young, but these young players are going to be really, really good. Watch and see.
Stay tuned for the Wiley Sanders Show, brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines in Troy, Alabama. Looking for a career in the trucking industry, call my good friend Jeffrey at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines in Troy, Alabama. Jeffrey Bennett's the best, and you'll like talking to him about your future at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Hope you had a good time. Remember the Tip Collie Awards tonight. It'll be one of the all-time great banquets. And I tell you, the food alone is worth being there. And I'm gonna go there and eat at least. So let's have a good time tonight. Look forward to seeing you for today. On our show tomorrow. Today in LA.